The human mind is fascinating. It shapes our experiences, drives our emotions, and influences every decision we make. But how often do we stop to truly understand it? Today, we're diving into some eye-opening psychology insights that could change the way you think forever. Hit like, subscribe, and turn on notifications so you never miss a new perspective. And tell us, what's one mindset shift that transformed your life? Let's talk in the comments. How to stay calm in emotional turmoil. What happens when life throws us a curveball that shakes us to the core? We've all been there, in those moments when emotions surge like a tidal wave, threatening to drown us with their intensity. Whether it's anger over a sudden betrayal, fear over an uncertain future, or sadness over a heartbreaking loss, emotional turmoil can make us feel completely out of control. But is it possible to keep calm in the midst of this storm? Can we learn to navigate these turbulent waters with grace and composure? The short answer is yes. The long answer, however, requires a deeper exploration of the nature of emotions, the science behind them, and the strategies we can use to manage them effectively. Understanding the nature of emotions. To effectively manage emotions, it is critical to first understand what they are and why we feel them. Emotions are complex reactions involving physiological arousal, cognitive interpretation, and behavioral responses. They are the body's way of signaling to us that something in our environment requires our attention. According to Dr. Lisa Feldman Barrett, author of the groundbreaking book How Emotions Are Made, The Secret Life of the Brain, emotions are not innate responses but rather constructs that our brains create based on past experiences, current context, and cultural influences. Barrett's research challenges the belief that emotions are universal and fixed. Instead, she argues that emotions are fluid and shaped by our personal history and social context. This means that the way we experience and express emotions can be changed, an empowering realization for anyone who wants to better manage their emotional reactions. By understanding that emotions are constructed rather than predetermined, we can begin to deconstruct them and choose healthier and more constructive ways of responding. The science behind calmness. Remaining calm during an emotional upheaval is not just about keeping calm or suppressing feelings. It's about managing your body's physiological response to stress. When we are faced with a threat, real or perceived, our body activates the fight-or-flight response. This response, governed by the sympathetic nervous system, floods our body with adrenaline and cortisol, preparing us to face the danger or flee from it. Although this response is useful in life-threatening situations, it can be counterproductive in modern conflicts, where challenges are more often psychological than physical. Dr. Daniel Goleman, author of the bestseller Emotional Intelligence: Why It Can Matter More Than IQ, explains that the key to maintaining calm is learning to regulate this physiological response. Goleman stresses the importance of emotional intelligence, particularly the ability to manage one's own emotions and recognize them in others. According to Goleman, emotional self-regulation is a cornerstone of emotional intelligence and involves skills such as mindfulness, cognitive reappraisal, and stress management. Mindfulness, for example, has been shown to activate the parasympathetic nervous system, which counteracts the fight-or-flight response and promotes relaxation. By practicing mindfulness, we can create a pause between the stimulus, the event causing emotional agitation, and our response. This pause allows us to choose a more measured and thoughtful response rather than a spur-of-the-moment reaction. Strategies for keeping calm. With an understanding of the nature of emotions and the science of self-regulation, we explore practical strategies to help you remain calm during emotional turmoil. 1. Practice mindfulness. Mindfulness is the practice of paying attention to the present moment without judgment. It involves observing the thoughts and feelings that arise without becoming overwhelmed by them. When you are mindful, you create a space between your emotions and your reactions, allowing you to respond with greater clarity and calm. Jon Kabat-Zinn, a pioneer in the field of mindfulness-based stress reduction, points out in his book, Wherever You Go, There You Are, that mindfulness can help us deal with difficult emotions by fostering a sense of acceptance. Instead of resisting or denying our emotions, we learn to acknowledge them without letting them control us. This acceptance does not mean passive resignation, but rather understanding that emotions are temporary and will pass. When you feel anger rising during a heated argument, instead of reacting immediately, take a few deep breaths and observe the sensations in your body. Acknowledge the anger without judging it and let it dissipate before reacting. 2. Reframe your thoughts. Cognitive reappraisal or reframing is a powerful tool for managing emotions. It consists of changing the way you think about a situation to alter its emotional impact. By reframing these thoughts, we can reduce their emotional intensity and react more calmly. If you feel anxious about an upcoming presentation, instead of thinking, "I'm going to mess up and everyone will judge me," reframe your thoughts to, "This is an opportunity to share my ideas, and I can learn from this experience regardless of the outcome." 3. Develop emotional awareness. Emotional awareness is the ability to recognize and understand your emotions as they arise. This self-awareness is a key component of emotional intelligence, as described by Dr. Goleman. By becoming more attentive to your emotional state, you can better manage your reactions and avoid being overwhelmed by them. One technique for developing emotional awareness is to keep a journal in which you regularly record your emotions, the events that triggered them, and how you reacted. Over time, this practice can help you identify patterns and triggers, making it easier to anticipate and manage your emotional reactions. After a stressful day at work, take a few minutes to write down how you felt and what triggered those feelings. Reflect on how you reacted and consider whether there is a healthier way to deal with similar situations in the future. 4. Practice deep breathing. Deep breathing is a simple but effective way to calm the nervous system. When we are stressed, our breathing becomes shallow and rapid, which can exacerbate feelings of anxiety and panic. By consciously slowing the breath and breathing deeply from the diaphragm, you can signal to your body that it is safe to relax. The 4-7-8 breathing technique, developed by Dr. Andrew Weil, is a powerful tool for reducing stress. Breathe in through your nose for a number of 4, hold your breath for a number of 7, and exhale slowly through your mouth for a number of 8. Repeat this cycle several times until you feel calmer. 5. Cultivate resilience through self-compassion. Self-compassion, as psychologist Dr. Kristin Neff argues in her book, Self-Compassion, The Proven Power of Being Kind to Yourself, is about treating yourself with the same kindness and understanding you would offer a close friend. When we are caught up in emotional turmoil, it is easy to be harsh and critical of ourselves. However, this self-criticism only amplifies our discomfort. By practicing self-compassion, we can build emotional resilience. This means recognizing that everyone has problems and that it is normal to experience difficult emotions. Instead of berating yourself, offer words of comfort and reassurance. Over time, this practice can strengthen your ability to remain calm and centered, even in the face of adversity. When you feel overwhelmed, remind yourself, "It's hard, but I'm doing my best. It is normal to feel this way and I will get through it." In addition to the strategies mentioned, experts in the fields of psychology and neuroscience offer valuable insights into managing emotions during times of turbulence. Research consistently shows that social support is one of the most effective buffers against emotional turmoil. Dr. Brené Brown, research professor and author of The Gifts of Imperfection and Daring Greatly, emphasizes the importance of connection and vulnerability in managing emotions. The author argues that turning to others, sharing our difficulties, and allowing ourselves to be vulnerable can significantly reduce emotional distress. A study published in the journal Psychological Science found that simply holding hands with a loved one can reduce the brain's response to threats, effectively calming the nervous system. This underscores the importance of maintaining strong social bonds during difficult times. Physical activity is not only good for the body, it is also a powerful tool for managing emotions. According to Dr. John Rady, author of Spark, exercise has a profound impact on the brain's ability to regulate emotions. Physical activity increases the production of neurochemicals such as endorphins and serotonin, which improve mood and reduce stress. Research shows that even a short walk in nature can lower cortisol levels and reduce symptoms of anxiety and depression. This suggests that incorporating regular physical activity into your routine can help keep you calm during emotional turmoil. Sleep is another critical factor in regulating emotions. Dr. Matthew Walker, author of Why We Sleep, The New Science of Sleep and Dreams, explains that sleep plays a key role in processing emotions and maintaining mental health. When we are sleep-deprived, the emotional centers of the brain become more reactive, making it more difficult to remain calm during stressful situations. A study published in the journal Current Biology found that after just one night of sleep deprivation, the brain's amygdala, a region involved in emotion processing, becomes 60% more reactive to negative stimuli. This highlights the importance of prioritizing sleep, especially during emotionally difficult times. Building long-term emotional resilience. Although the strategies described can help you stay calm during times of emotional turmoil, building long-term emotional resilience requires constant practice and commitment. Here are some additional practices that can help you cultivate resilience over time. 1. Develop a regular meditation practice. Meditation is a powerful tool for strengthening emotional resilience. A regular meditation practice has been shown to increase gray matter in brain regions associated with emotion regulation, such as the prefrontal cortex. This can improve your ability to remain calm and centered, even in the face of intense emotions. Start with just 5 minutes of meditation a day, focusing on your breath and gently bringing your attention back each time you drift off. Over time, gradually increase the duration of the practice. 2. Embrace a growth mindset. Psychologist Carol Dweck, author of Mindset, The New Psychology of Success, stresses the importance of cultivating a growth mindset. The belief that challenges and setbacks are opportunities for learning and growth. By viewing emotional turmoil as an opportunity to develop new skills and perspectives, you can face difficult situations with greater resilience and optimism. When facing a difficult situation, ask yourself, what can I learn from this experience? How can it help me grow? This shift in perspective can help you remain calm and proactive instead of reactive. 3. Prioritize self-care. Self-care is not a luxury but a necessity for emotional well-being. Prioritizing activities that nourish your body, mind, and spirit can help you build the resilience you need to weather life's storms. This includes getting enough sleep, eating a balanced diet, exercising regularly, and making time for hobbies and relaxation. Set aside at least 1 hour a week for an activity that brings you joy, such as reading, painting, gardening, or spending time with your loved ones. Regular self-care can help you replenish your emotional reserves and stay grounded. In conclusion, emotional turmoil is an inevitable part of life, but it need not derail us. By understanding the nature of emotions, harnessing the power of mindfulness, and applying practical self-regulation strategies, we can learn to remain calm and centered even in the most difficult situations. The key is to approach emotion management as a skill that can be developed and perfected with practice. As you face the ups and downs of life, remember that it is not about avoiding emotional turmoil altogether, but learning to respond to it with resilience, compassion, and wisdom. By embracing this approach, you can turn life's inevitable storms into opportunities for growth and self-discovery. After all, it is often in the most turbulent waters that we find our true strength. Understanding psychology means understanding ourselves, and that's the key to growth. If you found value in today's discussion, hit like, subscribe, and turn on notifications for more insights. And I'd love to hear from you. What's one key takeaway from this video that you'll apply in your life? Let's share our thoughts in the comments. Join our community absolutely free to learn even more on this topic. More knowledge, more discoveries. Click the link in the description and unlock valuable insights. 100% free.